The animal kingdom. A remarkable array of living, breathing natural wonders. Majestic. Compelling. Ingenious. And extraordinary. Fascinating. Physical. Visceral. And ferocious. Discover their past, present, and future. Just stunning. Just glorious. Just amazing. Just animals. Antelopes. Icons of Africa. This vast continent is home to over 70 species of the total of 91 found globally. Graceful. Agile. Elegant. They are actually part of the same family as the buffalo, goat, and muskox, the bovines. One eye-catching feature all antelope species share are horns. Each has their own distinct size and shape. Equally mesmerizing are the multitude of fur colors and patterns displayed by antelope. Grazers and browsers, a wide variety of habitats can support antelope herds. Anything from grasslands, harsh desert regions, through to lush wetlands. Antelopes are known for their effortless bounding. Equally known for their stamina, exemplified by the annual Great Migration of wildebeest. This natural spectacular is an international tourist drawcard. Standing solo or as part of a herd, antelopes are strong, elegant, striking creatures. From a zoological standpoint, there are numerous ways to describe what an antelope is. Firstly, they are classed as mammals. An antelope's fur and the fact their young suckle on mother's milk are two obvious indicators. Next down the taxonomic ladder, antelopes belong to the artiodactyls, better known as even-toed ungulates, the fifth largest order of mammals. Ungulates are herbivores, animals that eat plant material. They are a diverse group made up of 10 families. One is the bovines, animals that have been around for 20 million years. Within this large family, anything not in the cattle, sheep, or goat category is put into the antelope collection. This interesting assortment is sometimes referred to as a taxonomic wastebasket. Despite the varied range within this cluster, antelope share some common attributes. Long limbs, slim necks, big ears, and, to top off the list, their horns. These permanent structures have a bone core wrapped in keratin, the same fibrous structural protein that hooves, hair, and claws are made from. Horn size, shape, and texture is as varied as the animals they adorn. Every male antelope grows horns, but only some females do, usually on larger species. These attractive, yet functional headpieces grow continuously throughout the antelope's life. What each gender is called depends on the antelope's size. With larger species, males are bulls, and females cows. Smaller antelope are referred to as rams and ewes respectively. Like their relatives in the bovine family, all antelopes are ruminants. Simply put, they are ungulates that chew their cud. Instead of upper incisors, they have a hard gum pad that works with the lower incisors to tear off mouthfuls of vegetation. Coat-wise, the majority of antelope have short, dense fur in various earthy shades, with pale bellies. Wherever they roam, antelope herds are a stunning addition to the natural landscape. Antelopes are a wide and varied mix of animals, with species found in Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. Africa is where antelope dominate, with 72 native species. The United States is not included in the list, despite the common belief that antelope roam its plains. The pronghorn is antelope-like, but they are in fact a unique animal, the last of their kind. Pronghorns are the fastest land animals in North America, capable of outrunning a cheetah. Asia hosts 14 species of antelope, the biggest being the cow-like nilgai, endemic to the Indian subcontinent. They are sometimes called blue bulls due to the bluish-grey coats of the males. The harsh steppes of Central Asia are where these unusual creatures roam. They are saiga antelope. In the summer, their bulbous noses filter out dust, and in the winter, they warm the chilly air before it hits their lungs. The largest antelope in the world is the aptly named giant eland. Found in Africa, the biggest males, or bulls, can stand 1.8 meters tall at the shoulders and weigh a ton. The cows are half their size. Their smallest cousin is the royal antelope, living amongst rainforest undergrowth. Its petite rabbit-like dimensions suit their dense habitat perfectly. One subfamily are spiral-horned antelope, which includes elands. These pale, striped cow-like creatures are slow-moving. Males are larger than females, and the flaps of skin under their necks, called dewlaps, are bigger. Kudus are another spiral-horned species. They have eye-catching faces, striped bodies, and a long mane of hair lining their spines. Massive, twisted headpieces are only seen on males. Nyalas are another mid-sized example of this type of antelope. Males and females have different appearances. Bulls have dark, shaggy coats and manes, plus horns, while the females are roughly half their size with rich chestnut fur. Due to this size difference between the sexes, female Nyala are called ewes instead of cows. Both genders have stripes, but they're brighter on the ewes. One spiral-horned antelope that stands apart from the rest of their kind is the Sitatunga. These antelope happily exist in both dry and aquatic environments. On dry land, their long splayed hooves can make them clumsy. But in soggy mud and swamps, they are in their element. This natural affinity with sodden environments is the obvious reason why they're also known as marsh bucks. Yet again, rams and ewes are clearly different in size and looks. Only males develop horns, which grow to a length of at least 60 centimeters. The Antilopinae are another subfamily, sometimes referred to as true antelopes. South Africa's springboks are one of the best-known members of this group. They're a small mammal that weighs between 30 and 45 kilos. Both genders have horns. They're longer on the rams. A springbok's high profile comes from their agility. These graceful creatures are capable of fast speeds, 80 to 90 kilometers per hour when needed, and high leaps, springing up to 4 meters. Another true antelope is the Thompson's gazelle. Nicknamed Tommies, they are the most common gazelle in East Africa. Their rear ends have a distinctive white patch. These gazelles develop horns, which are ringed. Gerenukes stand out due to the way they stand up to grab a mouthful. Their long necks also help them access hard-to-reach greenery, a trait that has led them to be known as giraffe gazelle. Balancing on their hind legs, they can strip leaves off thorny branches that are growing 2.5 meters off the ground. These hardy ungulates don't need to drink, gaining plenty of moisture from their vegetarian diet. At the other end of the true antelope spectrum is the petite steenbok. A mature adult stands about 1/2 meter tall. Both genders are of similar size, rams developing thin, sharp, upright horns. While the rest of their features are dainty, their ears are not. Looks are not high on their priority list. Survival is. And their excellent hearing gives steenboks the edge they need to avoid hungry predators. The stocky wildebeest is in a subfamily of its own. Also called gnus, the largest of the two species are blue wildebeest. They can stand up to 1.4 meters tall at the shoulders and, at a maximum, tip the scales at 275 kilos. Crowning their long, rectangular faces are a stocky set of horns. Both genders develop these. In addition, blue wildebeest have darkly striped bodies, flowing beards and manes, and long tails. Impalas are the sole members of their genus. They are a mid-sized antelope weighing about 60 kilos. Both genders look similar. The males, or rams, standing out due to their horns that can be up to 75 centimeters long. Like springboks, impalas are nimble on their feet. Their bounds can cover 10 meters. Perfect for a fast escape if required. Oryx are a hardy type of large antelope that manage to dwell in harsh, arid plains. Adults can weigh up to 175 kilos. In medieval times, the natural spears sprouting from their heads were sold as unicorn horns in England. While they are not magical, their horns come in handy as weapons of self-defense should predators, such as lions or leopards, attack. With thick necks and rotund bodies, Sable antelopes are horse-like creatures. This similarity backed up by the presence of a mane. Their ringed horns sweep back over their shoulders like scimitar swords. As they mature, their rusty brown coats darken. Fully grown adults can weigh up to a quarter ton. Members of the Cobus genus are wetland creatures. Floodplains and marshlands are their preferred habitats. Waterbucks are large, shaggy-coated ungulates with unusual ring markings on their rumps. The cows are smaller than the bulls, which have large, forward-curving horns. As their name suggests, they depend on permanent water sources and never stray far from one. Lechwes are another member of the Cobus group, a medium-sized antelope. Lechwes are good swimmers, and it's not unusual for them to graze in shoulder-deep water. When threatened, they use the water as a refuge. From wetlands to the bush, where these dainty creatures reside. Dik-diks are one of the smallest antelope. Adults weighing between 3 and 6 kilograms, similar to a house cat. Their name mimics the repetitive warning call females whistle out when threatened. With such a diverse range of species inhabiting this one continent, Africa is the antelope capital of the world. Surviving the wilds of Africa is a daily challenge that antelope rise to. A wide array of adaptations and special skills make their ongoing success possible. As herbivores, they are prey animals. Lions, leopards, cheetahs, hyenas, and wild dogs are the biggest threats. Antelopes utilize various tactics to help them escape danger. Speed is one. Some of the fastest animals in the world are antelope. The species that roam open plains tend to be larger. And size is a good deterrent, but agility also comes in handy, especially since there is nowhere to hide. Their bodies are built for speed. Sturdy, level backs with long, muscular limbs. At full tilt, wildebeest can manage 70 kilometers per hour. In addition, antelope have endurance. Predators like cheetahs are sprinters, but their speed only lasts for short bursts. Knowing their enemy also helps antelope conserve energy. A lion seen out in the open is not a threat, as these big cats are stalkers. The sight of a distant cheetah is more cause to flee because of their sprinting abilities. Smaller antelopes can take cover in vegetation. Larger species rely on the herd for security. A greater number of eyes and ears means better safety. To protect their youngsters, herding antelope will often circle around them. Natural camouflage is another way antelope avoid unwanted attention. Each species has a coat to suit their environment, earthy tones that allow them to blend in. Fur patterns improve their stealth. Many antelope have bright vertical stripes decorating their bodies. While attractive, they have a sneakier purpose. They are thought to distort the animal's outline, confusing predators. A similar visual trick is achieved by the fur colors on their backs and bellies. Their dark backs absorb sunlight streaming down, while pale belly fur reflects it, reducing the contrast between the top and bottom halves, making it easier for the antelope to meld with its surroundings. Keen senses allow antelope to monitor their habitat for any lurking danger. Horizontal pupils and having eyes located on the side of their head gives these animals a broad range of vision, both in front and behind. In addition, their sensitive noses and ears are always on the alert, picking up evidence of any potential threats. Apart from excellent evasion skills, the majority of antelope come equipped with a pair of effective self-defense weapons. The horns on large herding species are usually more substantial, as the males use them to battle for breeding rights. To protect their skulls, the horns are often fused in the middle with what's known as a boss, a solid plate of horn. When males clash horns, these duels appear dangerous. But this ritualistic behavior is actually about showing dominance. This pair of rival cobs are creating a dust cloud as they try to overpower each other. It's an even match. Waterbucks have an unusual form of self-defense. Bad body odor. Their stench effectively repels lions. It's a clear, strong signal to stay away. Antelope use smells to communicate with each other as well. They spread their messages using the secretions from a pit in front of their eyes, a preorbital gland. Other scent glands exist on their knees and between the split in their hooves. Smells can mark out territory or simply inform herd members of their presence. As they wander through their range, antelope wipe their scent-marking tools on vegetation, tree trunks, and rocks. Different environments require adaptations to natural footwear. While all antelope have cloven or split hooves, some have specialized modifications to make the going easier in their local terrain. Tiny klipspringers have small, round hooves with rubbery pads for extra grip in their rocky habitats. To keep them steady in the mud, lechwis have elongated splayed hooves. The legs of these wetland antelope have another special adaptation. They're coated in a water-repellent substance, reducing drag when running through the shallows. Using adaptations and skills like these, generations of antelope have carved out niches for themselves and flourished. Antelope belong to the bovine family, a group of mammals that began to appear in Africa and Eurasia 20 million years ago. The first bovids were small woodland animals, similar in size to modern gazelles. As a group, antelope have found great success in Africa, but they're thought to be relatively new arrivals to the continent. 15 million years ago, when land masses were in motion, Eurasia collided with Africa. Antelope disembarked and began to diversify. Local vegetation reacted to their arrival. Researchers have discovered that thorns began to evolve on African plants, like acacia trees, in the same time period, to defend themselves against medium to large browsers, like kudu and impala. Ancient cousins of the wildebeest roamed Kenya's savannas up until 55,000 years ago. Antelope have numerous close relatives, with roughly 140 bovid species, all even-toed ungulates. They range from large mammals such as bison, buffalo, and muskox, through to goats and sheep. Like their antelope cousins, these horned creatures favor grasslands, their ruminating stomachs helping them digest the greenery. Amongst bovines, the family resemblance is strong, as are the members of this ancient group of resilient beasts. Antelope are fascinating to observe. Each species having their own individual behavior patterns. In general, they are not the most intelligent creatures. Their diet is thought to explain this. As herbivores, antelope have no need to chase their food. Quick wits and cunning are not required. Being vegetarians, they are low on the food chain, making them vulnerable to carnivores. To compensate, the majority of antelope gather in herds. One thing they instinctively understand is the concept of safety in numbers. How social they are usually depends on size. Smaller forest antelope, such as duikers, tend to be shy, solitary creatures. These dainty mammals are named for their habit of darting into dense vegetation when startled. The word duiker means dive in Afrikaans. In comparison, impalas will herd together in large numbers, up to 200 animals. These mid-sized antelope divide themselves up into breeding groups, territorial males, and bachelor herds made up of juvenile, subadult, and mature males. The older they are, the higher their social status. The rams are highly territorial, and when threatening postures don't work, fights break out to settle dominance issues. Impala are active during daylight hours, spending their time foraging for food, resting, especially when the sun is at its peak, and grooming. Impalas have an unusual habit of mutual grooming. They are the only ungulates that display this kind of behavior. Known as allogrooming, impala use their teeth to search through each other's fur to remove parasites like ticks. Communication between impalas can be through sounds, smells, and body language. One particular way they talk to each other is via tongue flashing. By sticking their tongues out, they can attract a female or tell a rival to back away. Another sizable antelope is the nyala. They're active during the cooler parts of the day, early morning and late afternoon. Despite their size, nyala are shy, cautious animals that hang around in thickets instead of out in the open. Herds are relatively small, with up to 10 animals. They can be mixed or same-gender groupings. To warn others of danger, nyala make a dog-like bark to sound the alarm. Ewes make this call the most. One kind of antelope known for its advanced social behavior is the topee. Herds can have 15 to 20 animals or number in the hundreds when conditions allow. In some regions, a male topee and a group of females can make up a herd. Other places see large groups of females wander together, which pass through numerous small territories held by males, called stomping grounds. These glossy-coated antelope have a habit of standing on termite mounds, like sentries. From these high points, topee can scan the horizon, looking out for potential mates and any trouble. If they don't like what they see, they snort out warnings. When breeding season comes around, male lechwees gather on what's called a lecking ground and put on a show. Female lechwees watch the audition and choose a partner based on their abilities. Another fantastic talent performed by various antelope is pronking. This incredible leaping is also known as stotting. A behavior thought to be a defiant signal to predators that an animal capable of this action would be difficult to catch. When it comes to awesome performances, one of the biggest shows on Earth is put on by wildebeest. Their annual migration is known as one of the 7 new wonders of the world. More than 1.5 million wildebeest take part in this epic circular journey, which loops in a clockwise direction from the Serengeti in the south up to the Masai Mara Reserve to the north. Joining the massive crowds of wildebeest are hundreds of thousands of gazelle, zebra, and countless other animals of the plains. The reason for this natural phenomenon is simple: the ongoing search for good grazing. This huge procession might seem chaotic, but research has shown there is method to it. A wildebeest herd moves and explores their environment as one, possessing what's known as swarm intelligence, collectively overcoming any obstacles in their path. The calving season happens during the journey, with 500,000 baby wildebeest joining the ranks. The majority of newborns arrive within a 2-week period of each other. Minutes after their birth, calves can stand, then run. A necessary skill in order to keep up with the rest of the massive herd. Predators follow the hordes and take advantage of easy pickings. River crossings are especially dangerous over the course of their annual marathon. The megaherds of wildebeest have to negotiate too. The Meaty River, then the Mara further north. Hungry carnivores are one threat. Being trampled is another. As the masses funnel down steep riverbanks into the current. By this stage, the calves are a few months old and must take the plunge with the rest of their clan, or be left behind. It's a frantic, aquatic scramble. Survival always the incentive. For those that make it, the reward is simple: lush grasslands. Out of the massive crowds that set out, an estimated 250,000 wildebeest perish during the annual trek. Lost to exhaustion, sickness, predators, and drowning. All up, the Great Wildebeest Migration is approximately a 2,900-kilometer round trip. The longest overland migration taken by any group of animals on the planet. When antelope come into the world, their parents have two general approaches to rearing their young. If the calf belongs to a migratory species like a wildebeest, the newborn is able to travel within minutes of their arrival. The youngsters stay close to their mothers and enjoy the protection of the herd while they grow and mature. Wildebeest can live for up to 20 years in the wild. Non-migratory antelope, such as impala, raise their calves by an alternative method. After a 6 to 7 month gestation period, expectant mothers leave the herd to find a safe, isolated place to deliver their calf. Then, hide it. Births tend to occur during the middle of the day, a time when most predator species are resting. Impalas have a birth weight of about 5 kilograms. Studies have shown that twice as many females are born every season. A mother impala spends her time foraging and nursing the concealed calf. When the baby is a few days old, it has the strength to join the herd. Female groups can have up to 100 members. Before long, the calves join a creche or nursery group, which feed, play, and move around together. The first few weeks are when young impala are vulnerable to attack. Half are lost to predators during this time. Sticking close to the herd offers them some security. Impala calves are weaned off their mother's milk by the time they're 4 to 6 months old. At this age, young males are forced out of their mother's group. Instead, they hang around the edge of the herd until they're allowed to join a bachelor group. Up to 60 males can congregate together. Young impala reach maturity by their first birthday. The two genders are easy to distinguish, as only rams develop pairs of S-shaped horns, which can grow up to 90 centimeters in length. In addition, rams are slightly larger in size and build when compared to impala ewes. Females can begin to breed from the 18-month mark, while males have to wait until they're capable of holding their own territory to start mating. This can take 5 or 6 years. Locking horns is how impala rams battle it out for breeding rights. The prize? Seeing their genes passed on. The longevity of impalas is similar to other medium-sized antelopes. If conditions are kind and they successfully avoid predators, they can survive for 12 to 15 years in the wild. The word antelope might conjure a vision of mammals roaming the plains, but grasslands are only one type of habitat that support this diverse group. In general, species that inhabit open plains are migratory. By following the rains, they have a constant lush food supply. Antelope living in closed environments, such as Nyala, are likely to stay and forage within a home range. Nyala are native to southern Africa. These antelope favor lowland woodlands and thickets that grow along permanent sources of water. Nyala are browsers. Leaves and fruit are their staples. During the rainy season, grasses are also on the menu. Topi live in more open environments in sub-Saharan Africa. Savannas, floodplains, and semi-desert regions can all host topi. These selective feeders are fussy. They only eat the freshest grass and avoid both young shoots and mature leaves. If vegetation is green, they have no need for additional moisture. However, when dry grass is their only option, topi will drink. Tropical rainforests of Central and Western Africa are where duikers reside. The dense vegetation giving them plenty of cover. These small antelope enjoy a varied diet, browsing on leaves, buds and shoots, plus seeds and bark. Duiker are known to follow monkeys and birds that share their habitat, dining on any fruit they drop. Marshlands can also be welcoming to antelope. Being semi-aquatic, lechwis are right at home in the floodplains of southern Africa. The water offers them safety and sustenance. Aquatic plants their favorite. Lechwis are known to wade in up to their shoulders to grab a bite to eat. Southern and eastern Africa is where impala herds can be seen grazing and browsing. In the wet season, they gravitate to woodlands. During the dry season, impala prefer savanna. Tall grasses and impala do not mix. These wary creatures avoid vegetation that can conceal the predators that stalk them. Antelope play a range of vital roles in their environment. As herbivores, they are prey for higher consumers in the food chain. Without antelope, the carnivores of Africa would certainly struggle. Scavengers and decomposers also make use of their nutritious remains. As primary consumers, the constant nibbling of antelope promotes new plant growth. As they wander through their environment, they act as mobile fertilizers and seed dispersers. A habitat is only as healthy as the animals within it. A robust antelope population is a good indication of a well-balanced ecosystem. Culturally, antelope have been making an impact for centuries. In West Africa, the Dogon people perform traditional mask dances. Those depicting antelope are popular. These animals are admired for their beauty and strength. The Cederberg Wilderness area in South Africa has thousands of rock art sites. The San or Bushmen are responsible for these ancient images. The oldest thought to be 6,000 years old. Antelope are featured in many, the eland in particular having great spiritual significance. For centuries, kudu horns have been made into a traditional Jewish musical instrument called a shofar, a natural trumpet. Shofars have particular importance during Jewish holidays. For example, they are blown to mark the end of the fast at Yom Kippur. In the past, antelope were common symbols in heraldry, curious versions of them adorning many coats of arms. Some species have come to represent proud nations. The springbok is an icon of South Africa, while the gemsbok is the national animal of Namibia. Antelope can also be seen on currency and postage stamps. Their natural beauty is also a major drawcard for tourists, eager for the chance to see them in the wild. Aside from local economic advantages, first-hand encounters boost the public profile of antelopes. These memorable experiences hopefully raising awareness about these animals and the need to protect them and their environment for generations to come. Herds of majestic antelope decorating the landscape should not be taken for granted. Out of the vast number of antelope species, researchers believe that only 33% have stable populations. On a positive note, springbok and black wildebeest numbers are on the rise. Years of civil unrest, overhunting, habitat loss, plus human encroachment into what remains of their habitat. These are some of the threats causing declines in many antelope populations. Currently, 25 species are classed as endangered. That means they are at serious risk of extinction. Another 5 are named as critically endangered, even worse. Combined, that's a third of all antelope species in peril. The scimitar horned oryx became extinct in the wild in the 1990s. Global captive breeding programs involving more than 200 zoos have ensured their survival. Recently, a small group was released into a special reserve in Chad. The first wild birth in more than 20 years was the reward. Hopefully, there will be many more to come. Antelope are natural wonders. Star players in one of the biggest spectaculars seen on Earth. Creatures that play a vital role in the health and well-being of their environment. Icons of Africa, but famous throughout the world. Conservation and education will hopefully see antelope prevail long into the future.